Hello there, St. Luke's. Good to be back with you all for this midweek message. I am sitting here actually on Tuesday afternoon, getting ready to go over and practice with the choir for the Requiem coming up this Sunday in celebration of All Saints. More on that in a minute. But I just really actually wanted to just share with you a lot of gratitude, a lot of thanksgiving, give you a little heads up on what's going on, and then stay to the end. I've got a big announcement coming, which you do not want to miss. So, but first things first. So first of all, I want to thank Father Jacob for the first, as long as I've been here, family chapel service that he and Janice Ring, the director of our preschool, put together for last Thursday. This is going to become a monthly occurrence, and it was just so wonderful to sit there in the church and see all the little kids and some of the parents and the teachers worshiping, doing a morning prayer, abbreviated morning prayer service, and it was great. You know, they were singing the Lord's Prayer, saying some of the canticles, reading the psalm, hearing a little homily. It was just, it was a little slice foretaste of heaven, of worship there. And so, and had my two little boys, Garland and Davis, right there, seated quietly, if you can believe it, on the front row, or near the front row. And so it was a great joy. So thank you, and just wanted to give you an update on how that is transpiring. Secondly, that same night, last Thursday, we had our first Pints with the Priest. As I mentioned last week, I was away speaking at a conference, but it was well attended, it was well received, and everyone that went there has come to me and told me how fun and edifying it was. And so I'm grateful for that. I'm not surprised. I look forward to the next time, because we will be doing that monthly on Thursday nights on the I believe the fourth Thursday of the month, but we will make sure you know. It's just as soon as I know about when we were having Pints with the Priest. Okay, as I mentioned, we're doing this on Tuesday, in part because your clergy are going up to Mount Pleasant tomorrow. I think Father Jacob's already there to participate in the installation of our new Archbishop. Archbishop Steve Wood is a wonderful bishop. He's been the founding bishop of the Diocese of the Carolinas. He's been there at St. Andrew's, Mount Pleasant for, I believe, the last maybe 10, 15 years, long enough. I've been very successful in church planting and pastoring and leading that congregation, and now he's been charged with the quite monumental task of leading the entire province. So pray for him, as we do every week. We will see a lot of the bishops around, a lot of people from all over the country and the world, in fact, should be there. So that's where we will be tomorrow, but you are in capable hands. If you're watching this on Wednesday, John Wigington will take the morning prayer service now at 10:30, and Greg will be stepping in ably and ready to go for Wednesday night, tomorrow night, for Genesis. Okay, so that is what's taking. Oh, and I forgot, last Sunday, thank you all for heeding my heartfelt request and coming to the trunk or treat. You know, all of the children were blessed. We had a lot of visitors, actually, people that are sort of peripherally connected to the church. And it was great. It was the food was good, the weather was great, the candy was plentiful, the bouncy house didn't pop, and all was well with the world. Little Emily Reese won. She had an amazing sort of fairy garden that she put together, and I believe some of the pictures are on Facebook. But it was tough competition. There were some wonderful other entries, but she was victorious. So high bar set for this time next year. So anyway, thank you all for participating in any capacity you did, and at the very least praying for us. And it was a wonderful day for us. We went as the circus. It was a little hastily thrown together, but we had as all circuses do, a lion, two dragons, a trapeze artist, a strong man, a popcorn seller, a clown, and the ringmaster, or ringmistress in this case, since it was Liza. Okay, so some of you know, we're getting up to the big announcement, will have received, by the time watching this, our kickoff letter for our what we call the stewardship season. The theme for this year's stewardship season is Equipping the Saints, from Paul's letter to the Ephesians. And so we're going to be talking about that. We're going to start this Sunday sort of just slow roll, but over the subsequent Sundays leading up to the final Sunday before Thanksgiving, we will be teaching and preaching and talking about the opportunity we have to present back to the Lord our first offerings, our tithes and offerings, our time, energy, talent, and treasure to Him. And so I don't want to get ahead of myself, but suffice it to say the letter is pretty straightforward. And contained in that letter is a little bit of a bombshell. Wait for it. We are going to be recognizing that our beloved director, our music minister, Nina Rodman, is going to be retiring. So, before you get too excited, she's not retiring until next August. So we have some time with her, and better than that, she's not going anywhere. And so we don't, and there's no moratorium like Greg had to stay away for a little while just so that we could settle out with the new leadership. There's none of that that's involved in this. And so it'll be quite analogous to the way that our beloved Deacon Kathy retired. And so we, of course, still see her often and everywhere. And so similarly speaking, we will be seeing Nina retire. So we will begin slowly at first, but it will ramp up over this next year, a celebration of what will have been her 20 years with us. And so it's an amazing feat. She's a beloved, rightly so, incredibly capable and faithful above all. I'm more than happy to submit my children to her care and keeping and nurture, and as have many of you. And so we're just grateful that she's not going anywhere. But it does mean, as you will read in the stewardship letter, that we will begin, and we have begun, in fact, putting together a job description, a monumental job description to continue the legacy of faithful, high quality, sort of beautiful, reverent, and worship to the glory of God here at St. Luke's through Nina's work. So stay tuned on that. And what a better way to kick off the year of celebration or Nina than with a highlight of all of her various capabilities in this Requiem. So at 10:30 this Sunday, we are doing Fauré's Requiem. We're going to be observing All Saints' Day, which is one of the principal feast days of the church, where we celebrate the hope of the resurrection, those who have gone from the church militant, where we live now, up to the church triumphant. And so we will be having a requiem where Nina will be directing both the choir and the organ and the orchestra, and watching her put this together and being a part of the choir myself. It has just been nothing but breathtaking, frankly. And so it's quite a niche sort of skill set that we have in Nina. And so pray for us as we begin to consider someone who will simply take the foundation and the that she has built and continue to just build on that amazing, beautiful, faithful, and reverent music tradition that we have here at St. Luke's. Okay. I believe that's about it. Other than it's about time to bring back your Make-A-Wish or children's shoebox. Not Make-A-Wish, it's Operation Christmas Child. Right, so please bring that back this Sunday or whenever you like to the office, but we are beginning to collect them. So if you have one out, then this is your reminder to bring it back in. Oh, and the Requiem this Sunday will begin at 10:25 because that is there's an introit that is going to be sung and played. So come early. We don't have anything going on in the sanctuary beforehand, so you can come and get a seat because it promises to be just glorious. As I say every year, the first time I ever did this, I said this is I never experienced a piece of music in its proper place as the minister in a worship service as I did that first time we did this, and I just, my life will never be the same. I loved it. It was transcendent, and so we get to do it. We get to do it by the generous gifts of some benefactors and some and people to do this twice a year. And it's just not to be missed. So please, 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 if you're in town and you're planning on coming, come early, get a seat, and worship the Lord in beauty and holiness with this Requiem on All Saints' Day as we uphold the constant and persistent hope of the resurrection that Jesus, by his death and resurrection, has set before us for our edification and to his glory. Okay, well, that's my spiel today. Lots of information in there, I know, but there's a lot going on, and it's all good. So we'll look forward to talking more about all the various things. But until then, I hope you have a wonderful week. Take care, and God bless.